this works any better. Let me see if this works any better. If this one works any better. Sorry guys, I have no idea why it didn't work. Let me see if I can. Yeah. Why it didn't work. Okay, the sound's working now. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Hey, Hottie Po! I don't know, you guys. Can I just tell you guys, I've had a ridiculous day. It has been a day that if I could have started over, I would have. So, yay, let there be sound. I know, right? Can somebody go over and delete the comment of Suze? Can you go over delete the comment in the group and put in the new link to this chat? I would really appreciate it. You guys, I've had a day. I am telling you. I hope, how many of you guys are in that storm? I hope none of you are. I hope none of you are in that storm. You know, we had our minor version of it where it just rained, and that was it. That was all, I mean, it just rained, and that's all we had, and, you know, it was not a big deal, right? But, you know, they made it such a big deal as far as, you know, making everyone think that we were going to have this crazy big deal. And love my badges. Thanks, Linda. And so it's just been, anyway, the hype's been crazy. Hi, Lynn. Hi, Angela. Hi, Hottie Po. Hi, Linda Mac. Hi, Malia. Hi, Liz. Hi, Joyce again. I'm sorry. Hi, Jane. Yay, you found me. Yay. I'm happy you guys are here, and I'm sorry about that. You know, and hi, all you lurkers. Say howdy to all you lurkers that are hanging out in Lurking Land, and I just wanted to say how much I appreciate you being here with me tonight, and I'm happy that you are. You know, today's been a day. I hope you guys, hi, Luke. Today's been a day, and that's all I can say. I mean, I did my meditation this morning, and I should have just gone back to bed. So here are my little badges. If you guys haven't watched that video, go over and watch it. We did this collaboration. I did a collaboration with, and I pronounced her name wrong. You guys, that's the problem with phonetic things. You know, you don't know. Hi, Cheryl. Her name is Bea Grob, and she lives in Switzerland. And she sent this package of stuff. And if you guys look at that, I did a video where you see what she sent me. And you probably looked at my face and said, what in the world is she going to do with it? And I was kind of feeling that way too. Initially, I was going to make a junk journal, but this ribbon or the fabric that she sent was so stiff that if you guys go over and look at Peg Robinson's video, yeah, I would have had to have done what Peg did. I would have had to have not let it cover the spine. I would have had to cover the spine with something else. It was so stiff. Initially, I was going to make a junk journal, and then I decided not to. So you guys got my little, hi, Bunny. Hi, Angela. The trash can. Asking my hottie to hand me the trash can. I didn't get to clean off my desk before I started. So I'll make a couple of these with you guys. So I think these would be really great Christmas ornaments. This one I made as a, will you do me a favor? Will you shut the door for me? And will you go in the other room? I appreciate it. This one made a little junk journal with all the little scrap papers and papers that I have, the painty papers that I have. I'm sorry, I'm kicking my family out. You guys, I like an unmonitored stream. Hi, Diane again. Hi, Mitz. Hi, Laura. How are you, Miss Bunny? Hi, Lucinda. Hi, Cassandra. So I think these would be really cute Christmas ornaments if you wanted to make them into Christmas ornaments. I think I'm going to make several. And this paper that I said was like some tobacco paper. It was actually, she said it came from an orange. I don't have the whole piece in front of me or what was left of it. But it was like this waxy paper. So I just think these would be cute. Thanks, Laura. Link to the bad video. Yeah. So I made the video, you guys, a while ago. And, you know, when you're in one of those hops, you've got to do it a while ago. So I've been dying to work and share with you guys this little project because it is super fun. And anybody can do it. It doesn't take a lot of... Hi, Vic. It doesn't take a lot of supplies. And it definitely does not take a lot of, you know, time. So, but I got kind of carried away. She sent us these little plastic things, and they were kind of fun. I didn't really know what to do with them, okay? And so I just made these. That's what gave me the idea, because remember when I made those badges or those medals out of the parking lot smashed, rusted bottle caps? Well, here was another one that came from a parking lot. It wasn't rusted. And she'd sent some punchinella, so I made this one with punchinella in it and some book pages. The book pages were beautiful, but they were too brittle to sew into anything. So all I could do was glue them. And then she sent some cool buttons. So if you guys want to make along, I'm going to make this little book. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to continue making my obsession with the little book. And she sent like this lucky horseshoe. And then some other stuff. It was really cool stuff to send. Hi, Joni. How are you? You finally got sound. Girl, it was my sound, not your sound. You're knitting and trying not to fall asleep. Vic, how's your move going, girl? I feel you. I feel you. I'm a little envious, actually, because I wish that we had found a place, but we've kind of found a place, but we'll see how it goes. They're asking, like, way too much for it than it's actually worth. So if you guys want to make along, this was the fabric that she sent me. You could use ribbon if you wanted to make yours hang. I was thinking I might make a little bit more elaborate ones and give one to my daughter's teacher. I thought this is like kind of a cool coat pin. You know, it'd be a conversation starter for sure. But I just thought I'd make some little books with you guys and just carry on. This one I did out of the map page that Bea sent, and then I texture pasted it and painted it a little bit because the pages were pink and added some pink to it. I thought I was going to add some more color to it, but I haven't. And I haven't added any other ribbon or anything to it. You're feeling like it's taken a school year? I think that's what's hard when you move like that, though. Hi, Kayala. I think it's hard when you move like that. Ask Suze. Suze can give you, Hottie Po can give you the 411. Now, I like this one. I don't know if her teacher would appreciate a junk journal one, but I like this one. The other thing is that these are like, look at the difference in the size. This book is like I think this is 1 inch. This is like maybe a little bit more. This is like a little less than 1.5. It's like a little more than 1.25 high by 1 inch wide. So this one's much smaller. This one is almost 2 inches by 1.5. 2 inches by 1.5. But you guys are kind of addictive. Hottie is here. Hottie Popo is here. She's the one that was texting me telling me I had no sound. She's always here, you guys. You guys got to get her out. Hottie Po, say hey to the ladies. They all been missing you. We have all been missing you, Mama. So if you guys want to make along, get some chipboard, cereal box, cardboard, whatever you have that's kind of thin, like thin chipboard. And she had sent me this mailing envelope. This is also a piece of what do you want to call it? A pasta box. She'd sent me, this was what had my address and everything on it. She'd sent me this envelope. That's what started it. So you do need some sort of chipboard. And that's what I'm going to make. You guys, I'm going to make this. That's what I'm going to make with you guys today. maybe I'll even measure so it'll be like better than normal because I don't measure anything. Hottie Popo is here. She is totally here. She's hanging out in the background. Hottie Po, say hi to the ladies. They're all missing you. I'm missing you. So, how have you guys been? Tell me. You used one. Felix said she used 110 weight cardstock for her cover and it worked just great. So there you go. Hi, Jean Peter. You made a micro journal last night? Good for you. Well, what made me think about it was, you know me and my love for junk journals. So she sent me these really cool pages, right? But the cool pages, I don't know, because I couldn't figure out how, the rule was to use, the rule of her, what she asked everyone to do is to use 70% of their supplies or what she sent. And so I tried to use 100%, but she sent me this really beautiful, and I'll show it to you. I couldn't bring myself to use it, you guys. I could not bring myself to use it. I think, and when I watched her video today, I think it came from like an 1890s, it came from an 1890s fashion spread, French fashion spread. I'll show it to you in just a second. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to cut my page. I cut my thing. Carla got you hooked on little books. They are. Little books are very addictive. You know, since we were talking about like Christmas stuff and, you know, I just thought it would be a great little Christmas ornament. But you know me, I got to make a junk journal. I got to have like, I don't know what it is about junk journals. Maybe you guys can pipe in and say what your obsession with junk journals is. But mine is definitely, I have my own little obsession with junk journals. So the only thing is when you're making them this small, let's see, when you're making them this small, you wanna make sure that your pieces match. So that's why I just freehand cut mine. Guys, I was like, whatever. I just cut them. I just laid one on top of the other just to make sure that they were the same size. Carla's awesome. You guys, if you haven't gone over and watched Carla Cage Fish, you should. She's so awesome. This is your ruler. I took your ruler, Jean. Oh, well, so I'll send it right back to you. I'm passing it right back to you. You know what? I was looking for a ruler. I remember the other day you were talking about how you couldn't find a ruler. I couldn't find one either. And then I decided I was gonna go look for one, and I did, and I found one. I have multiple rulers and multiple things, you guys, but I don't have. Anyway, I'm a mess right now. Today was such a weird day. How many of you guys had a weird day today? I hope none of you besides me. I hope I cornered the market on weird days. You made several. Linda says she loves little books. She made several a few years ago. Well, I was kind of trying to think like, I don't know. When she sent all this stuff, I was trying to be, I was trying to figure out what I was going to do with all of it. And a little book just seemed like a natural, you know, natural progression. Okay, I'm going to use my painty paper for the cover. How many of you have as many painty papers as I do? I need to take up one layer of my, I taped down multiple layers of wax paper on the bottom of my my faux, my made for itself faux mat. Yesterday was all I do, stayed in bed. Girl, I should have stayed in bed today. Guys, I can't even tell you how weird my day was. It was beyond weird. It was beyond weird. Hi, Dania. Hopefully the glue's going to come out of the bottle. Dania says she's here with her bells on her pasties. All right, Dania, she's already started. You took 2 naps today, Liz? Well, maybe you needed it. Yeah, never too many painting papers. That's right, Linda. We know Linda and her painting papers. We love her. So for those of you that normally, hi APG. Did you guys all go over and see what APG made? She did an ode to red, white, and blue in her mystery envelope. And hers was awesome. Go over and make sure you check out our hop. It was fun. And everybody made something so cool that I have to say I'm addicted to making these like little books. These little books that I'm going to hang on a Christmas tree or give to friends. Oh no. Jingle bells and pasties, you're crazy. Jane said she used some glue yesterday and the whole top popped off and you had glue everywhere. Oh girl, it sounds like me. Hey Sherry. You've been MIA? We've all been MIA. Or I've been MIA. You guys, today, and I have to go to a potluck tonight. Okay, you guys, I know it's nighttime for you guys, but it's only 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And I have to go to a potluck for my 12-year-old school. Can I tell you guys, I'm so not in the mood to socialize. Have you guys ever just like had the day where you're just like, I don't really feel like socializing. I really don't. I don't know that I don't know that I want to do that. Well, that's where I am today. If I could stay home, I would, but I can't. So I'm trying to psych myself up. You had to reboot? I had to reboot, Cheryl. I had no sound. I don't know what happened where I had no sound, but I had no sound. I had no sound. Well, today, I don't usually feel antisocial, but today, I don't know what's in the air. I don't know whether it's all the storm weather. I don't know whether I honestly can't tell you. Even my meditation was odd this morning. My meditations are usually so zen, but this morning, it wasn't. It was like, I kept getting interrupted. Hey, Carla. How are you, Miss Ma'am? Did you guys see the really cool snowman journals that Carla's making? She's bringing some winter to Hawaii with making her snowman journals. You guys, I am going to get a new camera set up. I didn't realize, the problem is because I can't really see. What I can see on my camera, I see fine, and I see it's like from the operating system. It's not from YouTube. And so what happens is when I download it or upload it to YouTube, sometimes I'm not even in frame and I don't even know it, because when I'm filming it, I am in frame and where I'm filming it. So this is what I did, was I cut 3 pieces, the middle being for the spine, and then 2 of the larger pieces on the other side. You do want to leave a space in between, so that way when you fold your paper, it doesn't, if you make it too tight, it'll rip. And I've been using masking tape. I would say you could use some Tyvek and it will work just as good. You know, like inside of a express mail envelope. You wanted to craft today, but you didn't get ready, you didn't get far from your head just saying no, no, no. Girl, it's been a weird week for me too, Elizabeth. I have to tell you. So my daughter, my littlest one, you know, you guys know that I have grown children and then I have a 12-year-old, right? So my 12-year-old, they sent home this thing last week that said they were going to do this book report. They were doing a biography, and then we had to write her book report in 3rd person, and then rewrite it in 1st person so she could give a speech. And make a costume. And the email said that it was due October 1st. So I was like, okay, well, we have till October. We have a good while to like figure out what kind of So I don't know whether she picked the book or the teacher picked the book, but she's doing Pocahontas. So she and I have been discussing like, what kind of dress Pocahontas would wear, like what kind of garb, what do we have that we can make it out of. I mean, we've been really doing it, like having a whole conversation. Went to the library and I got her a couple books on Pocahontas, and she got one from school. So if you do this, the next thing you need to do is miter your corners, just the way you did when you were in high school or junior high school, whenever you covered your books, and you were gonna miter your corners. So she comes home yesterday and like so upset. And I'm like, what's going on? And then she tells me that her report, this book report, is due today. And I'm like, I went back and I reread the email sent from the teacher. And you have to realize that we missed, I don't know, 3 or 4 days of school. Not personally, the whole school was closed because of the hurricane. Because they closed all the public schools here. Even though all we got was torrential rain and stuff like that, they closed them because, you guys, they can't. Where the kids go to school is sometimes mountainous terrain, and we get landslides when we have torrential rains. We don't usually get torrential rains, but the way they were predicting they were forecasting the weather, so we didn't have school for like 4 days. Now, at no time during that 4-day period did the teacher send an email saying, okay, the due date. And when I went and looked back, aside from the October 1st due date, there was no other due date. So she comes home last night telling me, I said, girl, there is no way. And she had tutoring yesterday and, I don't know, after school stuff. I said, there's just no way that we can make a costume tonight. I don't have all of the ingredients, So I said, let me email this teacher. And I said, this is something wrong here. So I emailed the teacher and I said, did I read wrong? I read the email, and I forwarded her the email she sent us. I said, there has been no due date on anything other than that one email that you sent. And I said, and I've looked through her assignment binder. I said, so maybe she didn't write it down correctly. I mean, like, I couldn't figure out, like, okay, if they're just depending upon all the kids to write it down, or like I couldn't figure out like how we could be so mixed up. If I read the email and anyway, she writes me back and she says, I think there was some miscommunication. And yes, the report was due. And I was thinking, okay, wait, she just sent us an email on the 7th of September saying that they'd even sent this, that this was even going to be done. And then we weren't in school for 4 days after that, and then we weren't in school 1 day this week. I said, when was she? I just said, well, I said, we won't be turning our paper in. I said, and she said, well, she kind of like said, well, you're not the only one that didn't know the deadline. The other kids didn't. And I thought, well, let's look at this. If I didn't know, if the other kids didn't have the deadline either, maybe the deadline was only in your head. I don't know. Give me coffee and back away slowly. Oh my God, girl, I have my coffee going on right now. So I was like, because I said to my daughter was freaking out last night. I said, girl, I'm not going to run myself ragged trying to make a Pocahontas costume all night. Pocahontas wore blue jeans. Jane, you know what? Last night I was down too because I have, like, I told you guys I've done some serious calamari. I didn't even have any, like, usually I'll have some felt or something. I didn't even have felt. I had no felt. I had nothing. So I was like, okay, what am I gonna? What are we gonna make this faux Pocahontas costume? What are we gonna make this faux buckskin out of? I don't even have any felt. And you guys, it's not like the mainland where a bunch of stuff stays open all the time. It doesn't here. It closes early here. Things close early here, so it's not like I even had. Girls, let's just say, let's just say it wasn't, hi, Trace. I said to my daughter, I said, it's okay, we'll figure it out. Don't you worry. I was like thinking, I'm not staying, and also too, I'm not staying up all night. When this is like a made up deadline, it's not like, whatever. Can you guys tell the kind of week I've had? I wasn't going to stay up all night to bake Pocahontas costume. So I'm going to use tape as my, masking tape as my underlying insides, and you can cover it with paper, but I'm doing it because it needs to have some give. And you know, you could use a recycled express mail envelope or a recycled FedEx envelope. I'm just going to use this masking tape. I'm cheating. I'm crafting cheating. Well, not only does she need to be more specific, she's also new to the islands, okay? And so the things don't work the way on the mainland like they do here. They just don't. And if you really want to communicate, you got to send it in a way that, you can't just tell the kids unless you know they're actually writing everything down. You guys, when we just started school, we haven't even been in school that long. And then on top of not being in school that long, we've had hurricanes, and some of the kids have lost their homes, you guys, because of the rains. They've flooded out, depending upon what side of the island you live on. I live in the central part of the island. But some of the kids up where her school is, it rains a lot. It's in the rainforest side. So I can't, you know what I mean? It's like you got to go with the flow. It's 6th grade. Use my pressure cooker for the costume. It works wonder in a hurry. Jane, I can make costumes. I was a costume designer. I haven't told you guys my whole life. I was a costume designer for many years of my life. And I can make a costume out of just about anything. But in all honesty, yesterday I was like, when she came home, first of all, she came home, it was like after she had tutoring and she did her music lessons and stuff like that. It was probably, I don't know, 7 o'clock. And she needs to get to bed by 9 in order to be functional, because we leave our house at like 6. We leave our house early, like 6:45 in the morning. So she needs to be functional. She was not going to be functional. I could have pulled a costume, but the question is this, okay? And for all you teachers out there, I hope you listen. And if you don't have children in your teacher, please listen. Some of the work you give is really not for our children. It's really for us, and we know it. We realize it's work for us. But if I want my children to gain the maximum amount of like confidence and all the things that she's supposed to from the project, right? She needs to do it, not me. So the only way to make, because the whole reason to do it is, right, to instill a sense of pride and accomplishment, to help them feel like they learned something, but there has to be a period of time given to learn that. It's like, I could have made a costume. I could have probably taken the sheets off my bed and made a costume. Found some. I could have dyed it with Tim Holtz Distress ink. Yes, Cal, trust me, I thought about a t-shirt. I thought about taking a t-shirt, dyeing it, and just, shredding it and ragging it. But I want her to do it. You're right, Philip. They do not learn anything otherwise. So I said to her, I will write your teacher a note. And so I did. I emailed her, and she emailed me back, oh, there was some, and you have until Monday. I said, Monday to make the costume too? So in my head, I'm thinking, well, that's going to be miserable for this child. She's going to be making a costume all weekend. And she said, no, their costume's not due till the presentation on October 1st, but the report's due on Monday. With no guidelines, by the way, with no guidelines. Jessica, I don't know. The one thing that they told the kids is they couldn't use the internet. I was like, oh, that's great. We can't use the internet. Well, good thing we went and got a bunch of books from the library. I don't know. And FYI, this teacher doesn't have any children. She just has dogs, which some people liken their dogs to children, but, dogs don't have to make costumes for school or forget to write down assignments or need 8 or 10 hours of sleep. I don't know. So that was my yesterday. That was my yesterday. That was my yesterday. That was my last night. So I have to go to this potluck later on. I guess the kind of redeeming thing about the potluck, I told you guys, is all we have to bring is rolls. Right? Telling the kids a case here is like telling the kids a bathroom. I get it. It's okay. You know what? It's all right. We got 3 books. We did an outline. You know, we did an outline of it. She understands it. We discussed what, you know, I wanted her to draw pictures of the costume that she wanted to make and that sort of thing. So we still have time for that. But I thought, I don't know. How many of you guys are guilty of doing your kids' homework? Probably a lot, right? We all are. Sorry. Look, my parents were teachers. My dad was a teacher, you guys. My parents were teachers. My mother was a teacher, too. I mean, I understand how it goes. I totally understand how it goes. But sometimes I think the homework that's given, and I'm not saying this is not an appropriate homework. I'm sure it is. But sometimes I think the homework is not given with the understanding that there's anything else in their life going on. My daughter is not in a sorority or in Girl Scouts. She is not. It's all good, you guys. But that was my yesterday. It was like the panic of a 12-year-old thinking that she's gonna not do something. And she's the kind of kid that really tries her best, and she wants to do her best. Guys, my dad was my math teacher. My dad was a math teacher, okay? My dad was my math teacher when I was in junior high school. I had him for 7th and 8th grade math. I don't know if I had him for 6th grade math. I might have. I don't remember. I'm kind of old, so I don't always remember. But I remember the 7th and 8th grade because that's when, like, you care what people think, or you start to become more aware of what people may think of you. So I was like a little bit more aware of that my dad was the 7th and 8th grade math teacher. Isn't that crazy? Joyce said her kids brought home notes from the teacher that you never got. Well, I make a joke with my kids, Laura. I said, this is the 5th time I've done the 6th grade because I did the 6th grade. I had a sister that did the 6th grade, and then now I have 2 kids. I have 2 older kids that are obviously not. I mean, they went through the 6th grade, and then I have this little one who's in the 6th grade. So I make that joke that I've done the 6th grade. Okay, so do you see how I burnished the inside there, and then I turned it over, and you can't really see it because it's the same. You do have to be careful if your paper's a little thin before it dries because the glue will make it a little bit more mushy and you can poke your finger through it, but it's okay. So you do want to do that so that when you put your pages in, I have no idea what you're talking about, J3. Hey, Hottie Poe, are you around? Yeah, I think so. Let me see if I can do a bit. Oh, thank you, Hottie Poe. You're a rock star. Yeah, totally ridiculous. But so, hey, Sherry. Yeah, Popo got him. So that was my day yesterday. Today was a little bit weirder. Today was even weirder. So, I'm glad. I guess I'm kind of glad today's almost done. Thank you, Hottie Poe. Thanks, Jane. We've missed you, Hottie Po. We love you, girl. So that was my day. So we'll be working on Pocahontas, so that'll be my next craft project. So I say if you're going to make these, make them in batches. You don't have to do it like this. If you cover the inside with fabric, it would work too. And you don't have to cover it as extensively as I am. Just the only parts that you really need the tape on or the tie back is where the joints are going to be. But I went ahead and covered mine anyway. I'm going to probably, when I make my little pages for it, I'll cover it too. I know popos are not allowed for bathroom mix. Okay, so how I figured out the size of my pages is, the one thing that I did figure out is the outside. Let me see how much paper I have here. So this part, so draw one completely the size of your journal, of your little mini book. Draw one page. And I'll tell you why. Because that's the one that you're going to glue down like the fly leaf. And you could pick a thicker paper if you had any sort of a thicker paper than I do. Because what you're going to do is you're going to use this as you're going to sew your signatures onto this and then glue the fly leaf down. So like when you see, let me see, like this one, because you need to put this little eye pin, well, it's a handmade one on mine thing, but you need to glue that down. Signature 3 whole pamphlet stitch, and it's sewed into this paper, the last page, the bigger page. So these are a little bit smaller, the ones on the inside. No pee for the popo. You guys are crazy. You guys are crazy. So I was going to tell you guys tonight, for those of you that watch Stacey Evans' Pink Poodle Crafters, if you're going to watch her Friday night streams, you have to be a Patreon member. So I know for many of you, you always love watching her, and I always love watching her. So you have to be a Patreon member to be able to watch that. Sorry, my screen froze. I hear you, Zoe. I hear you. Well, she still does her Wednesdays free. And she and I are going to do a collaboration in a couple of weeks. And I think the collaboration we're going to do is going to be on a Monday or on a Thursday. She and I are going to do a collab video on a Monday or a Thursday in a couple of weeks. So it'll be good. I know. It's going to be fun, Kayla, right? She and I are going to do a collab. I don't know exactly what we're going to do, but it'll be fun. She always has really nice supplies. Not that my supplies aren't nice, but mine are like, mine are like a garbage, as my friend used to say. So she does. So when we do our collab, it'll be free. Everybody will be able to come. It'll be on I think, I don't have the date yet. It'll be on a day that she doesn't stream and a day that I don't stream. So I don't stream on Monday and Thursday, and she streams on Wednesdays and Fridays. So I'm guessing it'll be a Monday or a Thursday, or maybe a Sunday. I don't know. We'll see. We will see, but all will be invited, and I'll make sure that we do enough of a promo so you can. I will post in the group. You won't be able to watch it because it's on a Monday or a Monday or a Thursday, though. Well, it'll be on a it'll be recorded. It'll be that she's just had some weird, you guys, I don't know who is ever under the assumption that you make a ton of money on YouTube, because you don't. And what happens is people just come in, and sometimes you find yourself caught up in some stuff that's not even have anything to do with you. And so she's just trying to keep the riffraff out, and to keep her, and to make it a safe space for everyone. Because you guys don't want to spend your time listening, watching trolls, or being in a negative situation. And that's what she's decided for her. And so I think it's a good thing. I'm hit and miss too. I understand, Zoe. I totally understand. And I'm not criticizing anybody that doesn't choose to do it, but I know that a lot of you, because I always send people to watch her too, because I like watching her, you know, some people are going to look for her Friday night live stream, and if they haven't watched her videos lately, they're not going to realize that she's not streaming. I mean, she is, but the only way to get the link is through Patreon. How many of you guys watched Lizzie last night? She was great. Yeah. Jamie, I don't even know if you have 50,000 subbies, if you'd be making bank on YouTube. I think it depends upon how many people watch those ads, don't you? So how many of our AdSense people, or how many of our people, I mean, confession, I don't like to watch all the ads. I don't like to watch all the ads at all. Let me see what pages I have here. I have pages and pages. How many of you guys have as many I have like all these little scraps of paper from everything I've made. You don't have 150. Hi, Kennedy. You don't have 150 subbies. Is that what you said, Jess? It takes a while. You know, I think it used to be easier before YouTube changed its partnership program, but I don't know how they promote it. Like, I honestly don't. Does anybody have the 411 on how they promote channels? It used to be I don't know. I used to think that I could see more channels than I can see now. Am I wrong? Is anybody else having the same thought? That you got more channel info than you get now? But I'm not up on everything, so what do I know? Yeah, some of the ads are too long. Up to 4 minutes? Yes, I know, that's ridiculous. I know, right? I know. I don't know. I think you have to have like some... Depends upon... Look, there are some other areas on YouTube where people do make really good money. I will honestly tell you, it's not in crafting. So for those of you that think you're going to get rich doing crafting YouTube videos, no, it doesn't work that way. But if you were going to do like, let's see, there's some that pay more, like especially if you have like a really successful blog or a successful vlog, those pay, I think the ads that they put on those are, you know, the ads that they put on those, people, I think, get paid for more. But I don't know. It's all about likes and comments at the moment. What do you mean, whether you can see other people's work? Is that what it is, Trace? Is that what you're talking about? Oh, how many of you guys are going to go see that movie A Star is Born with Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga? I am totally going to go see that based on watching the YouTube ad for it. And it must have, I don't even know what I was waiting to tune into when the YouTube ad came up. But I was like, wow, I'm definitely going to go see that. How many of you guys are going to go see that? How many of you does that interest? This A Star is Born. I'm definitely going to go see it. I want to see it. I know the surveys are pretty weird too. Jessica, I don't know. Does anybody else have any idea what's up with the surveys? What's up with the YouTube surveys? Does anybody else have any idea? Jess, I have no idea. Hey, at least it's not a 4-minute ad. At least it's not a 4-minute ad. Malia says she wants to see Colette with Keira Knightley. But you don't make any money from that. The surveys are crowdsourcing. There you go. Trace knows. She said the surveys are crowdsourcing. So for those of you that are wondering, get some crowdsourcing going on. You guys, I don't watch enough to know. Okay, I don't know how many little pages am I going to put in this. Let's see. How many did I put in these? I don't even know how many pages I put in them. Okay, let's see. These only have like 10 pages in it. How many will this be? I could put a few more than 10. Okay, one, two. Put a couple more. Malia says she's sick of all the subbies list only showing 3/4 of the subs. You know better than me, Mama. I don't know. Jamie, I want to say thank you for my postcard. I got it right here. Hey, Peachy, Jamie made this for me. And I got it. I was having the worst week when it came, and I love it. I loves it. Awesome. Love, love, love it. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Love it. I am going to work on my setup, though. And I'm going to work on my... I've got to mount my camera to the ceiling. I was kind of hoping I could wait and I'd be back in my space. Hi, Becky. Jamie saying her subby list has been stuck and showing only last month only. It's been like that for 2 months. Oh, good night, Malia. Love you, love you, love you, girl. Hi, Lucinda. Oh, I saw that movie too. Lucinda said she saw a movie called Wild Oats. Now, I saw that movie too, and I loved it. It was really cute. That was a cute movie, Lucinda. I agree. It was a very cute movie. It was a very cute movie. I agree with you, Mama. It was very cute. Good night, Malia. We love you. So that has been my week. My week has been strangely odd. Strangely, strangely, strangely odd. My week has. My week has been a week where I could have said, I need a vacation from myself. I need a vacation from this week. I need a do-over from this week. It's left me feeling weird. It made you laugh. It was a cute movie. I thought it was a really cute movie. I love Shirley MacLaine anyway, and I like Jessica Lange too, but I really love Shirley MacLaine. You're having grass-fed organic beef tacos for dinner? That sounds lovely. I'm going to a potluck. I probably won't eat anything. It was a cute movie. What am I watching lately? You know me and my English things. I love to watch English shows. What have I watched? Guys, maybe I haven't watched anything good. I'm kind of down on my television thing too, or my Netflix thing too. You had a recommended movie from Apple Not Far from the Tree. Was it good? Did you enjoy it? You have to tell us if you liked it. I'm going to put this one in the back. I haven't. I'm not up on my movie. I'm not up on my movie viewing, and I'm not up on my YouTube watching, movie viewing, all that. I'm not up on it. I have been really remiss. Oh, I like The Vicar of Derby. I'm making a little tiny mini journal that I'm going to turn into either one of these badges, like I made her one of these lapel pins, or I may turn it into a Christmas ornament. That's what I'm making right now, Becky. That's what, but not anything too specific. I was just, you know, I've been working on, everybody always asks me what I'm working on, and I've been working on these little, I've been working on these for a while because of that. I don't know, how long have we had that collab going on, Jamie? We've had it going on for a while. I've been working on it for a while, and who's getting married? Yes, I agree with that. Was funny. Who you said who's getting married? Angela. Oh, I saw your daughter's wedding. It was beautiful. Her hair looked gorgeous. Her dress was lovely. Everything was so nice, and you looked beautiful too. You guys look like you had the best time. I saw the pictures on Facebook. Angela. They were awesome. They were really good. I loved it. And I'm sorry if you can't see this craft up too close, Becky. My zooming thing is not working very well. I'll try to make it so that you guys can see it more. Jane, it's called Far From the Tree. So we've had this project for at least a month, and so that was really the only craft I've worked on. Well, sometimes you can see them on PBS, Cheryl. That's how I started getting hooked on British shows, was on PBS. How many of you guys started getting hooked on British shows watching them on PBS? I think many of us have gotten hooked on them by watching them on that. Or 2 months, yeah. Oh my gosh. Yours came out great, Jamie. I have to tell you, for me, I struggled because, you know, I was a jeweler, and you want to know what these things are? These things are a jeweler. These are what you hook on to on a Dremel tool, and you clean your metal projects. You texture your metal projects. So when she sent them, I was like, oh, brought me back to the days of like cleaning castings. And so then I couldn't get my head around it as being anything else. And so I was like, I'm just going to go with it. And I don't know. So that's why I made what I made. It wasn't because I was like, you know, I couldn't get my head around anything else because of seeing it. Those are like the things that you clean metal projects with. Yours came out super good. No, I'm serious. It was a little bit difficult for me to get my head wrapped around like watching anything. I mean, figuring out what I was going to do with mine. I was like, and maybe that's not what they're used for in Switzerland, but if I find my jewelry material, I'll show it to you. You'll be like, yep, that's what you use to clean your metal pieces. I mean, to texture your metal pieces, yep. So that's why I was like, okay, I gotta think of something. I'd be exhausted too after the wedding. Are you kidding? Weddings are exhausting. How many of you guys have had kids get married? First of all, how many of you, I guess I'm lucky. My oldest daughter got married, but she decided to elope. Not because of me, but because she thought that she doesn't really like to be in front of a crowd, and her husband's mom was all about it. And she was like, Mom, I just can't do it. I said, well, it's your life. You do what you want. So she eloped. So I missed that. I mean, I tried to talk her into doing something small, but she was like, she's always marched to her own drum. So, you know, as it should be, right? As it should be. Our kids should march to their own drum. Our kids should all march to their own drum. But your daughter's wedding looked awesome. Weddings are stressful too. At least the ones that I've been involved in planning. I'm not talking about my personal wedding. Well, my personal wedding too, but I'm just talking about weddings in general can be a little stressful. Oh, I love Outlander, but I haven't. I'm behind. Your kids are teens. You wait, Jess. You cried. I would have cried too. Malia says she's having a hard enough time about sending Lily to school. Oh, I've been there and done that one too, Malia. Parenting's the hardest job I've ever had. You know, because you feel like it's one thing to make decisions for yourself, and making decisions for your kids is a whole nother thing. Right? How many of you guys have that same issue? Like, you don't want to make a decision that may influence them in a way that isn't for their best and highest good? And I know I can't just be speaking for myself. How many of you guys saw the Shannon Green birthday sale? How many girls are going to go over and support her? She's got a bunch of cool stuff in her Etsy shop. Liz says she's read every one of the Outlander books and she just can't bring herself to watch it. I understand it. I understand. Hey, Elizabeth, how are you? Happy to see you. Happy to see you. You guys, how many of you are... Carla, I saw your post. You were fine from the storm, but what about the other areas? I haven't seen much of anything. The news here is not so forthcoming. Lucinda said, we had a small afternoon wedding on Easter Sunday. The church was decked out for Easter. We were so broke. Hey, but it looked beautiful. Oh, Trace, that happens to me all the time too. I don't know what I wanted to watch the other day, and the phone kept ringing, and it was people that I was waiting to hear from. So it wasn't like I could just like say, oh, see ya. So I get it. I totally get it. 23 years, that's awesome. You stepped out to watch the trailer, Far From the Tree. You're tearing up. Okay, so we all have to watch Far From a Tree. Is that the movie you're suggesting we all watch, Jane? Okay, I've poked holes in all my pages. You guys do yours your way. I did mine where I just poked them all individually because this is such a small book. And I didn't put them together, and they may not be perfect, and it's okay because this little book isn't going to get that much use. You know, it's either going to be a pen or a Christmas ornament. You have no idea what I said about the Shannon Green. I was just saying, Jane says the movie is it's a message about accepting who we are, for being accepted for who we are. That's a beautiful message, Jane. No, I was just saying Shannon Green was having a birthday update. Like, her custom keepers are 1 year old, so she's doing a custom keeper sale. So I was just asking if any of you guys have bitten the bullet, because sometimes, you know, like, we all want to support each other, but sometimes it's easier to support when things are on sale. Am I the only person that has that feeling? Am I the only one that says, oh, when it's a sale, I can do it. I don't feel guilty. When it's not a sale, I feel guilty. It's not that I feel guilty. It's just, you guys, I need nothing. I need nothing. Need zero. You did an order? Oh, good. You got married ago. Elizabeth said she got married 36 years ago in a Salvation Army church. That's lovely. Her custom keepers are amazing. You bought your first one, Malia? Oh, good. Yes, you bit too, Jane. So we're all supporting Shannon Green. That's all. You know, it's like nice when you can support each other, yeah? Okay. All right, I've got my holes punched. Maybe I'll do one in this one too. I thought I did, but maybe I did another piece, and I have paper blowing. You guys, I have to have a fan on in here. It is just too hot otherwise. It is just way too hot, and I can't hang in here. I'm used to being in the other room, in my little dining alcove, which is now my guest bedroom, for those of you that haven't been around. You can't wait to be a grandma? Hey, they just got married. Think you're rushing them there, Angela. Think you're rushing them. Think you're rushing them a little bit, Angela. Shannon is a faith-filled person, and I love her too. Yeah, she's got some stuff. I think this year has been kind of rough for a lot of people. Is it on your wish list, Sherry? It's a good thing to have on a wish list. I think it's not. If you can, so right now they're super inexpensive. Like she has her ones, if you look under the ones that are for the birthday, they come with inserts and they're really inexpensive. How's the weather here? It's not bad. You know, it did rain a lot. I'm not going to lie. We did get a good amount of rain, but on my island, or the area of the island I live on is it was fine. In other areas, it was bad. Some people did get some flooding, and some people had some really bad things. You know, it's like, you guys have to understand where I live. Maui has, I think, 26 microclimates. So we have like a really crazy, like wet place here, and then a really crazy, like one end of the island is really dry. So, and I live in the central part, so I get a little bit of both, but I don't live on the rainforest side. The rainforest side, they had some roads washed away. Because you guys have to understand, like, when it rains like that, 12, 14 inches in a short period of time, it just pulls down the earth with it. So we get mudslides. Okay, so here's my signature. Okay, it's a three-hole pamphlet stitch, not sewn perfectly. It doesn't really matter. I would say if you were gonna use it as like a junk journal you're gonna use every day, it would probably make a difference, but it doesn't really. The volcano, you guys, it's still going. It's not totally out, and that's not on my island. That's on the Big Island, or the island called Hawaii. It's still going, Malia, and they actually had some torrential flooding there too. So they've been hard hit. Now this is where if you're gonna you make it like something you can hang, you need to make your loop. And let me get my thing together to make my loop. How are you, Miss Safia? How are you? I thought I brought some. But I guess it didn't. Thought I brought my wire cutters over here, but I didn't. But if you're doing really thin wire or really soft wire, you can cut it with scissors. I don't recommend it, but that's what I have. And then to make a jump ring, all you need to do, or a head pin, eye pin, it's just use the pliers to make the use your fingers. Your pliers are your fingers. And realize that the more you mess with it, the more you work hard in it, the harder and more stiff it becomes. So if you begin to work it at first and it's not stiff enough, or you don't think it's going to hold, the more you mess with it, it will. But you have to also be careful, because then you can get it to the point of breaking it. Okay, so there you're going to make your like eye pin. I don't know if you can see it. You have one good pair of. Jamie says she has one good pair of scissors on her desk, and mostly they are all junk. The junk. You know what? I do have a pair of good fabric scissors for sewing. Other than that, mine are free for all, because unless I hide them, and even if I hide them, everybody finds them, so I just gotta let it go. Wilmington, North Carolina is still getting bad with the hurricane. For those of you that were looking for sari silk, Safia had, I saw on her Facebook page, or was it in the junk, or was it in Jessica Rapp's group? You're selling a little package of sari silk. You guys, Dust Fairies, or Safia, it lives in India. So When you get something from her, you're getting it direct from the source. So I think, shoot, what page were you selling it on? Was it Junk Journal? Tell one of the ladies and they'll put the link in the box of which group you were selling your thing in. And then for those, because I know a lot of junk journaling ladies would like some Sorry Silk. You guys, my glue has goobers in it. How many of you guys get glue goobers? I cannot be the only glue goober person. I got goobers in my glue. Yuck. Glue goobers. Junk Journal Connections. Write down the name of the group though, Safia, so that if somebody really wants some of your Sorry Silk, they can write it out, or one of you ladies, one of you mods, find out which one it is and put it in there for her. I can't. I would. Oh, I see. Angela says she's not rushing them. It's their wish. I get it, girl. I'm the only one. What? I'm the only one that gets glue goobers? Probably. Guys, the way my week's gone, glue goobers are like nothing compared to my week. Junk Journal Connections. So if you guys go over and join, that's Jessica's group, 2 Silver Oranges, Junk Journal Connections. And that is a fun group. And she's so awesome. And she streams a couple times a week too. So you can look her up. Jessica Rapp, R-A-P-P, 2 Silver Oranges. And she's got a group on Facebook. And if you go to our Crafting Mamas group, it's in one of the suggested groups at the top. You get paint goobers. Scotty's a member. If Scotty Poe's around, she's a member. Maybe she can post it. Thank you, Hottie Poe. If not, just join Jessica's group, Junk Journal Junkie Connections, or is it Junk Journal? It's Junk Journal Connections. You get paint boogers. Well, obviously I have glue boogers because I cannot get the glue out of this. And you guys, this is just how my day's gone. Glue boogers. You guys, I even did a meditation before I came on today. Like, right before I came on, I was having such a weird day. I was like, ugh. So, how many of you guys watched Lizzie last night? Don't you just love her? She is so sweet. She was making her embellishments, and she was hilarious. She is such a sweet person. Alleges her. Now you do need to decide before you put your head pin in. I find that if you're going to hang it up on something, or your eye pin, your circle pin, you need to figure out which one's the front or the back of your book, because you need to put it on the back, and you don't want to stick it in the crease where the, what is this called? You don't want to stick it inside this part. I don't even know if you can see it on the screen. You don't want to stick it where the little ditch is from the spine. You want to stick it right next to it. And yours doesn't have to be this long. This is just how long mine is. And then you go ahead and glue your piece down. You didn't get anything in Chesapeake? Wow. The struggle is real. Oh no. The struggle for the boogers is real. For the glue boogers, for the paint boogers. The struggle for the boogers is real. And you may have to trim your book afterwards, and that's where my patience doesn't come in very well. But just go ahead and let it be, because it will. Right now it doesn't look like it's good, but it will. It comes out, I'm telling you. And the longer you let it sit with something on top of it, the more your book will stay closed. Now, if you wanted to add a piece of ribbon, like I could have added a piece of ribbon to tie it. So I guess if you're going to give it to somebody as a brooch and people are going to mess with it all the time, you know, somebody's going to mess with it because they're going to want to touch it or see it or whatever, then you might want to put some ribbon, put a piece of ribbon in it so that it closes or stays closed. Mine I didn't because they were so stiff when I finished. Now my pages are sticking up, but that's okay. I can cut them off afterwards. I didn't make the pages short enough, but I made the back. Do you see how, even though it's the same size as all those pages, when you work it in to the spine and everything, and I didn't put any glue on the spine. You could put a tiny bit of glue, but I didn't, because I figured that's the one thing that's going to get opened and closed all the time, and the pages are going to break from there. So I didn't put any glue on the spine, just on the side pages. And that is it, girls, except for trimming it. Except for trimming your book. I could trim it, I guess. You know me, I don't have any patience. I'm not one for a lot of patience. When I tell you wait, it's because I've usually messed mine up. Ha ha ha! Thanks for a thumbs up. I appreciate it. I missed you ladies. I missed you ladies. Oh, girls. This week, I don't know what the energy is, but it has been a doozy. And voila. When you like, and you could even make these as little charms for the back of your junk journals. I liked them. I enjoyed making it. I don't know what you guys think, but I thought it was fun. Your favorite thing, a mini book? Well, mine are mini book lapel pins, Jane. I made them as a lapel pin. Made it as a little lapel pin. This one just has a pin back on it. I was gonna sew something on top. I haven't got my sewing machine fixed, you guys. The tension's off on it. And so I have to deal with fixing the tension on it. Taking it to the sewing machine repair guy. And before I spend $125 fixing a machine that I think I can fix better than he can, I was going to try and do it myself, but I haven't had the patience. This one I really loved because I did the texture on the cover. I don't know if you can see it. Jane is the queen of mini books. And the queen of mini, not just mini books, she's the queen of mini paintings. She paints miniature. I'm sorry it's so dark in here, you guys. It just is. I need to get more lights in my little studio. Jane's minis are awesome. So that was my project. That's why, and I don't know why I decided to, because I was thinking about like what kind of Christmas gifts am I going to give my daughter's teachers, and then, I'm always thinking of junk journals. How many of you guys are as junk journally addicted as I am? I'm sorry the light's so bad in here. Good night, Angela. We love you. Big hugs. You had a shirt once that had a buzzard. Lucinda said, had a shirt once that had a buzzard on it, and it said, "Patience my ass, I'm killing something." Tell your daughter I said, "Congratulations, Angela. She made a beautiful bride." Tell her I said, happy, happy, happy life. Oh, Lucinda, you're hilarious. Girls, I'm telling you, my week, I could have run away from myself. That's how bad my week was. It was like, not Tuesday was good because I saw you guys, but after Tuesday, it's been sort of I can't even tell you how weird it's been. It's just been weird. It's been beyond weird. Okay, so the other thing is put something heavy on top of the books that you make, because for whatever reason, when you put something heavy on them, they stay, until they completely dry, they stay closed. I really like this one because it had all the eclectic pages in it. I do need to trim it again. This one might be one that I do need to make a closure for because it's a little fatter and thicker. Some are smaller than others. Some are 2 inches, some are 1 inch. Thanks, Elizabeth. It is great. Hey, Sharon. Welcome, welcome. We're happy you're here. So, you guys, this week, I don't know. Maybe you guys can put a 411 in and tell me about your week. My art's not amazing. My art is just trash. I just make stuff from recycling. My kids were making fun of me big time. They were like, I was purging a bunch of stuff, and my daughter's like, are you feeling well? It could be art. Like, they were like totally ridiculously making fun of me. They're like, are you feeling well, Mom? That could be art. You're actually having us throw away art supplies. Oh. We're happy you're here, Shannon. Silk purse from a Sal's ear. That's real art. Girl. Mine's just from the cereal box. I wouldn't go that far, but they were making fun of me because I was letting them throw away all these little bits and pieces of paper and stuff that I had. They were like, you're letting us throw it away. That can't. It does make me happy making it. What is it? You guys tell me. What is it about making junk journals that everyone loves? I don't know what it is. Thank you. You need another one. You got a question? I was like, oh, you're crazy. You guys are cray. Well, I'm not going to stream a super long time tonight since I have to go to the potluck. Since I have to take my rolls to the potluck. But I'll be on for a little bit longer. And for those that want to stay and do a meditation, we'll do a really short one. Junk journals are awesome. They do use up stuff. But also, too, they make me hoard things. How many of your junk journals make you hoard things? Mine make me hoard things. They totally make me hoard things. And it's like, sometimes I'm like, I really don't need that. And then I find myself, I'm like, keeping it. I'm like, why am I keeping it? My daughter's like, because you could see it being art. Art supplies do cost a lot. Hi, Tyler. You take your junk journaling to counseling. You take your junk journal to counseling and you talk about it. Oh my God, Lucinda, what is not to get too personal, but when you're does your therapist understand? APG says it's a process of taking something from the trash and creating it into something special with one's own hands. You've purged one wall of your art room, girl. Yeah, for those that want to do the short meditation, go grab a glass of water. If you want your water to be energized, you don't have to. If you don't want it, you don't have to. But if you do, go grab a glass of water. If you want to have energized water. Good night, APG. We love you, girl. Thank you for participating in the help. Thank you for my happy mail. And thank you for hanging out, Mama. We love you. And for those of you that don't know APG, not to get too woo-woo or too religious or anything like, because I mean, some people spiritual. I did a beautiful meditation this week with Christ consciousness, and that was incredible. I have to tell you, that made me so. How many of you guys have an experience when you do like a meditation? Anytime you do a meditation, I love you, APG. When you invoke the energy or the spirit of something divine that you feel very like uplifted, and you also feel like, this is going to sound terrible, but, or sound like, I don't want you to take it in a derogatory way, but actually like, you can get high. You can get you can get high from the you can get high from that. Liz says Tuesday in meditation I reached out and wrapped a hand around my glue bottle instead of my water, and I've had strong, energized glue this week. That's awesome. Good for you. Hey, Jilly. How are you, Mama? Bye, Safia. We love you. Bye. See you soon. Bye. See you soon. So you guys know that. So I, as a very small child, I had a tremendous connection. You've been doing Kundalini work. Very awesome. Very awesome. I had a tremendous connection with the Divine Mother. And I used to have like, I don't know, just really amazing experiences with the energy of the Divine Mother. And I would see her, and it didn't even matter what form of the Divine Mother. I could be, I could be in a church where they would have, or in a spiritual place where they would have the image of the Divine Mother as like the Virgin of Guadalupe, and I would have an automatic response to her, and I could go into a Hindu temple and I could see, the image of Saraswati, and I would have the same Saraswati or Parvati or Lakshmi and have the same energized Divine Mother energy feeling. And in the Hawaiian tradition, they believe that the goddess is a version of Pele, or the Divine Mother comes in the version of Pele and Uli. And there's other ones as well. Energies of women, of the Divine Mother. And I would have just tremendous experiences. Well, as I got older, like, I wasn't necessarily, my parents weren't very, my parents were very spiritual. My mother, I was raised Catholic, but I was also raised, I can't say I was raised Catholic. My mother was Catholic and my father wasn't. But my mother was very spiritual, and, they just accepted me as I was, and they didn't push anything on me. Like, they didn't make me, my way or the highway. And so it was never, like, poo-pooed. Like, if I said, I went to, like, I used to love to go to church with my grandmother, my mother's mother, and she was very devout Catholic. And that's a whole nother story. But I used to love to go with her because I just loved to be with her, right? And when I would come home, my parents and my mother would ask me questions, and I would talk about the Divine Mother, right? The Virgin Mary, talk about, it depended, what I was, St. Teresa, whatever was going on at that moment. But my mom used to say that I talked about them as if they were breathing, living beings. And that was my experience. You get woo-woo, I said, why? I told you. That was my experience, because as a child, they were very real to me. And I believe that their energies are very real. And as I got older, like, I wouldn't, even though I wasn't maybe exposed to all the different types of spiritual aspects of the divine, I would still experience them the same way. I would experience, like, if I went, I told you guys about how I used to see Krishna all the time, but I didn't know who it was. Like, I had no idea. It was, because I used to see this person, he was a blue man who played a flute, and I didn't know who it was. It wasn't until I was probably, 30 years old that I knew who it was. But I would experience that energy, the energy of Krishna, the same way that I would experience the Divine Mother, and the same with Christ energy. So I have a very, very close connection to Christ energy, Christ consciousness, that loving, pure energy. It works for me, okay? And I'm not saying that you should. You should figure out what works for you. So I did this meditation, so how I work every single day is I sit with myself in silence. So I wake, whatever it is, and sometimes I don't know what it is. Like, sometimes, like I told you, one day I was just meditating on the sun. I didn't understand why, and just the energy of the sun, but I felt tremendous peace and love, and just saw this beautiful golden energy, and I asked what it is. It was the sun. Then I heard, it's you, it's me, it's all of us, it's the energy we all are. So I thought that was pretty cool, right? So But I work with different people. And when I work with them, whatever they tend to identify with is what I tune into. So, like if I'm working with somebody and they have a definitive connection to, a certain Tibetan type of deity, that energy will come forth. If I work with somebody that has a tendency or has a great love for a different type of energy, like maybe it's some people who are very attached to saints, right? To Saint Joseph or Mother Teresa, or I had a profound Mother Teresa experience. I'll share that with you guys sometime. It was crazy. Anyway, I was in Antigua with a friend for her birthday, and they have somebody called Father Pio, and I don't know if anybody knows who he is, but I didn't know who Father Pio was, but I had a crazy experience. We went for a blessing for her birthday. There was like, I don't know, 40 or 50 of us that went for her 60th birthday, and we went to this church and had a blessing with Father Pio. Now, she's not from there, but somebody invited us to. It was the most beautiful, profound experience I had, and I guess he was a regular person, or a person in a human body that developed supernatural powers to heal people through Padre Pio, right? Padre Pio, Father Pio. Padre is the same name. And I had a beautiful, beautiful experience with Padre Pio. I also had a beautiful experience with Guru Nanak, who I didn't know who that was. But he didn't come and say, my name is Guru Nanak. He just came in his form, and I saw him in my meditation, and then I saw him other times. And then one day I saw a picture of him, and I said, oh, who is that? And somebody says, oh, that's Guru Nanak. And Guru Nanak is the head of the Sikh, or he was. I mean, he's passed. He's not in a body anymore. He has transitioned. He is the head of the Sikh religion. And honestly, you guys, I don't know that much about any of it. All I know is what I experience and what I feel. And if it makes me feel better and it uplifts me, then I do it. And if it doesn't, I don't. Does that make sense? You do meditation, prayers, and tarot cards. There you go. Awesome. You have to do what works for you. You absolutely have to do what works for you. So this past week I had this, I've been having it for a while. So I do this meditation in the morning. I meditate, and then whatever comes. And then I always focus on this beautiful light, like a star, like the most brilliant star you might see. And I focus on it. And one day I asked what this was. Like in my meditation, obviously I didn't ask it audibly. I asked it internally. I said, okay, what is this? And I heard, this is the pure Christ, this beautiful, vibrant light. So I said, okay. And then I said, so how do I use it? Because I'm kind of a practical person. And I said, well, just focus on it, this pure light, this pure Christ. So that's what I do. And so for the past few weeks I've been doing, this week I had an incredibly profound experience with this pure Christ energy, and it was like this feeling of deep unconditional love, like very deep unconditional love. It was like a deep well of love that I had inside of me that I tapped into from somewhere else, and that just continued to flow. And I asked if I could see with the eyes of pure Christ, of this pure Christ energy. And I heard yes, and it takes practice. So I was like, okay, yes, and it takes practice. Okay, I get it. It's like anything, you're not, I guess it's like getting used to the really cold water, like, can I do that? What is it, that Arctic dive that people dive in, in places where it's really cold. So tonight I invite you guys all to pick the aspect of the divine that works for you, whatever that is. There is no judgment. Can I tell you, in the kingdom of heaven, or heaven realm, or source realm, or God realm, it's all the same. It's like how we relate to it is what works for us. So I invite you, before we begin our meditation, to call in whatever that energy that you'd like to feel. I always invoke the energy of love because that's what works for me. And I invite you, if you want to test the waters and call in this energy of the pure Christ, to try it and see what happens for you. And also that beautiful golden sun energy that always works for me as well. So if you guys want to stay, it will be, we'll do just a very short meditation. I invite you to invite anyone in that you feel could use a boost of loving energy. A boost of love. Whatever. So many of us have loved ones that are suffering, or friends that are going through tumultuous times. Let's also call in all those that are in the wake of the hurricane and the waters and the floods, that they're all safe and protected. And for those that want to stay, stay. And if you don't, if it's not your cup of tea, please, by all means, don't. Change the channel. You don't. Nothing's mandatory. It's just my. And one more thing, you guys, I am in no way, shape, or form telling you what you do is wrong and what I do is right. I'm only sharing with you what works for me. I'm also not. There's nothing to convert to. Okay, there's no conversion, there's no end result, there's nothing. There's just love. And I don't even know how I began sharing this with you, because something that's so personal to me, and I usually only do it with people that know, and people that come to me for a reason, or clients or whatever, but for whatever reason, I'm guided to share it with you. Yes, I am very familiar with Saint Bernadette, and I have not, I haven't seen her in casing. Yeah. So if that's your person, invite that energy in. Okay, so all you need to do to participate is inhale through your nose and exhale out through your mouth. And what we're going to do on the inhale is call in the spirit of love, the spirit of peace, the spirit of bliss, the spirit of good health, the spirit of freedom, all those positive things that you want. And on the exhale, we're going to let go of anything that doesn't work for us. And you don't even need to know what it is. All you need to know is that if there's something in your life that's not working, you're going to let it go, right? So close your eyes. You can do this work with your eyes closed or eyes open. It doesn't matter either way. And if you're just mildly curious and want to experience it but don't want to receive the energy work, then just say no. And if you do, then just say yes. And if you say no, then you'll just receive what you need, and you'll still be feeling well, good, because we all are connected that way. All right, let's get started. Inhale through your nose and exhale out through your mouth. Receive and release. Receive and release. Imagine yourself in a column of light. And when you look up, you can't see the end. And when you look down, you can't see the end. This is your column of light. It is unique to your being, soul, spirit. Allow your column of light to go deep, deep, deep into the earth. Allow your column of light to find its way to the heart of the earth. Give your column of light big tree roots deep in the heart of the earth. Allow your column of light to anchor itself very deeply, deep in the heart of the earth. Allow your tree roots to go deep, far, and as wide as they can easily and effortlessly and enjoyably imagine. Let's ask the earth to bless us with her energy. I see this energy like beautiful golden light, but you can see it, feel it, think it, or just know it any way that works for you. Feel this beautiful golden light energy pouring up through your roots, through your column of light, filling your feet and ankles, calves and knees, thighs and hips. Filling the base of your spine, your out every finger. Feel it filling your throat and neck, your face and head, and feel it fountaining out the top of your head as high as you can imagine. Ready? Breathe it in. Breathe it in. And breathe it in. Take a moment to enjoy your connection to the earth. Now I'd like you to follow your column of light up as high as you can imagine. Give your column of light the suggestion, heart of the source, heart of creator, creation energy, heart of the central sun. And with that, your energy is right there in this beautiful angelic realm. Give your column of light deep roots, deep in the heart of this angelic kingdom. Let's invite this beautiful, heavenly, cosmic energy into our column of light. I see this energy like beautiful silvery diamonds, but you can see it, feel it, think it, or just know it any way that works for you. Feel this beautiful diamond light energy pouring through the top of your head. Feel it mixing with your energy and the earth's energy and spreading 6 feet in all directions. Feel it filling your face and head, your throat and neck. Feel it filling your shoulders, your arms, your wrists, your hands, and out every finger. Feel it filling your chest and back, your waist, your lower abdomen, the base of your spine, and feel it pouring through your hips, thighs, knees, calves, and ankles, and out the bottom of your feet, expelling any and all excess. Take a moment to enjoy your connection to heaven and to earth. I'd like you to focus on your heart and open a window in your heart and allow any energy that no longer serves you just to leave. You can see it like smoke, just leaving. On the inhale, breathe in and receive unconditional love, peace, joy, and freedom. Ready? Receive in love and release in love. Receive in love and release in love. Receive in love and release in love. Receive peace, love, bliss, and freedom. Ready? Receive and love. Let's add 2 more points of light. Let's add the one in your throat and the one in your waist. We're focusing on your throat, your heart, and your waist. Breathe in peace, love, bliss, and freedom. Ready? Receive and love. Receive and love. Receive and love. Let's add 2 more points of light. Let's add the point of light in the center of your forehead. We're working on the center of your forehead, your throat, your heart, your waist, and your lower abdomen. Receive peace, love, bliss, and freedom. Receive and love. Let's add 2 more points of light. The one at the top of your head, one in the center of your forehead, your throat, your heart, your waist, your lower abdomen, and the base of your spine. Breathe in and receive peace, love, bliss, and freedom. Receive and love. Make sure your roots are deep in the earth and deep in the heavens above your head. Make sure your roots are very secure. The stronger your roots are secure, the more energy you receive. Ready? Receive peace, love, bliss, and freedom. Receive and love. Receive and love. Receive and love. Receive and love. Let's focus. We'll add 2 more points of light. One foot above your head, the top of your head, the center of your forehead, your throat, your heart, your waist, your lower abdomen, the base of your spine, and one foot below your feet. Receive peace, love, bliss, and freedom. Receive and love. Let's add 2 more points of light and all the points in between. Let's focus 6 feet above your head, 1 foot above your head, the top of your head, the center of your forehead, your throat, your heart, your waist, your lower abdomen, the base of your spine, 1 foot below your feet, and 6 feet below your feet. Receive peace, love, bliss, and freedom. Receive in love. Receive in love. Receive in love. Receive in love. Let's add 2 more points of light. One where your roots are anchored into the heavenly realm above your head, 6 feet above your head, all the points in between, 1 foot above your head, all the points in between, the top of your head, your forehead, your throat, your heart, your waist, your lower abdomen, the base of your spine, 1 foot below your feet, 6 feet below your feet, and anchored deep into the heart of the earth. Ready? Receive peace, love, bliss, and freedom. Receive in love. 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 I want you to put your hand on your heart and one on your water if you got water. And if not, just you can put both hands on your heart or send the energy anywhere you'd like. Always include right where you are. I want you to imagine an infinity symbol. See it starting in the heart of the heavenly realms, crossing through your heart, entering deep into the heart of the earth, crossing back through your heart, and ending where it began. On the inhale, receive love from the central sun, love from the earth, and love from the divine source. And on the exhale, give back love to the earth, to the central sun, and to the divine source. Ready? Receive in love. And give in love. Receive in love. And give in love. Receive in love. And give in love. One more time. Receive in love. And give in love. Now I want you to tell me when you feel this energy coming out of your hands. one hand on your heart and send the other energy to those you feel need it. It could be a place on the earth, it could be anywhere. Person, pet, job, car. You always include your home. You only have to think about them once. Ready? Receive in love and give in love. And when you feel ready, open your eyes and come back. Hi, Kieran Bot. How are you? Happy to see you. Happy you're here. And feel free to share anything you'd like. There's no right or wrong. Your hands feel like they're on fire? Good for you. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Anybody else want to share? Please feel free. There's no right or wrong. You feel calm. Oh, good job. Good job. There's no wrong. I knew what you were writing. You know, sometimes when I get in this state, I can't even speak. And says you're feeling out of practice at first, but kind of like letting go. And the next thing I know, my hands are hot. Awesome. Just allow yourself to receive what you receive. You know, you receive what you need, whatever that is. You know, and we're all different, so it's whatever we each need. And there's no right or wrong. You know, if you're listening and your hands don't get hot, that doesn't make what you did wrong. You know, it's just we're all different. You feel waves washing in and out of love and peace. Ooh, Elizabeth, that's awesome. Yeah, I feel that way too when I do it. What did you say, Cheryl? My apologies. I think I got too spiritual personal there. And actually, can do in a lot of ways spiritually. You can get too personal. You can express whatever you want to express. You just joined in. Oh, you don't ever have to worry about it. We love you too, Karen Bond. No worries. You're never late. Don't worry about it, you know. Well, we're glad you joined our Facebook group. So, and you know what? You're never too personal here, Cheryl. And besides which, we never leave the chat up. So don't worry about it. Nothing's going to be left up. Nobody will know. Nobody will know. No one will know. So, are you guys going to make these for your kids' teachers too? Or am I going to be the only one that says, I'm going to make my kids' teacher a badge, a book badge, like a book, you know, like a brooch. It's like a brooch. Like a book brooch. Well, I love you girls. I will see you on Tuesday. Don't forget to go out and check Stacy out. She's doing her pink poodle tonight on via her Patreon group. And then I don't know if she's going to do any more this weekend or not. Also this weekend is Jessica Rapp, Two Silver Oranges. She comes on Sunday. And Carla Cage Fish may also come on Sunday. I don't know if she will or not. Anyway, I always love hanging out with you. You're going to go study. Oh, love you, Trace. Thanks for being you too. Love you, love you. We are spiritual sister friends. You guys, we're all in this together. There's no right or wrong. You know, we're all in this together. And the fact that we're all willing to sit with each other and bring in the energy of love and peace and freedom and joy, we're creating that in a ripple effect in our lives. Love, peace, freedom, and joy, right? So I could use some more love, some more peace, and some more freedom in my life. See, my children are coming on telling me I'm going to be late. All right. I love you guys. I will see you on Tuesday. See, I told you they want to go to the potluck. Is that ridiculous? I will see you guys on Tuesday. Same bat channel, same bat station. And until then, as always, from my heart to your heart, I'm sending you so much aloha. Thanks for the thumbs up. Thanks for hanging out with me. And I'll see you guys on Tuesday. All right. Aloha.